Hurricane updates and possible flash flooding for the Northwest for September 30th, 2025. Good morning, I'm meteorologist Pew. Imelda is officially a hurricane with 75-mile-per-hour sustained winds. So yesterday I mentioned that Hurricane Imelda is not going to hit a direct hit for the East Coast and only going to see some showers from the outer bands. But unfortunately for Bermuda, the National Hurricane Center is confident that they're going to hit a direct hit. And as of right now, it looks like to be a really late Wednesday to Thursday hit. And models are suggesting that Hurricane Imelda will strengthen just a little bit right before it hits Bermuda. As of right now, most models are consistent that she's going to be a high-end category 1, but there are some that are suggesting that she's going to be a category 2. And to benefit Imelda, she's going to be entering an area where sea surface temperatures are still very hot, and that's going to help sustain herself. But to counteract with that, she's going to be entering an area where there's going to be good shear and also some dry air aloft. And so speaking of shear, if we look at 500 millibars midway to the troposphere, we can see that both Hurricane Humberto and Imelda have kind of formed their own trough. And we can see that in both hurricanes, there's a lot of shear around it. And we can see the effects of the shear on satellite imagery. So if we look at Hurricane Humberto, there's some southwesterly shear, and what that's doing is tilting the updrafts. So from the center of the low, we have convection on the northeast side. And the opposite thing is happening to Hurricane Imelda, where there's easterly winds. So we're seeing a lot of the convection going away from the center on the west side. And so what's going to happen in the next few days is Hurricane Humberto, because it's heavily sheared, it's going to tilt those updrafts, which hurricanes can't sustain itself in. And the more north Hurricane Humberto travels, it's going to intersect with the jet stream, and it's basically going to merge with it and just travel eastward very quickly. And the same thing's going to happen to Imelda eventually. Okay, so jumping inland to the west coast, we do have a marginal risk for flash flooding, both in the northern Rockies, but also for Washington state along the coastline. And just like what's happening yesterday, we have a really broad low pressure system that's coming from the northern Pacific. And what that's doing is bringing a plume of mid-level moisture into these areas. And so from the Great Basin to the northern Rockies, you guys can expect isolated showers to thunderstorms around this afternoon to evening, but it will dissipate overnight. In the west coast specifically, you're going to see a wave of showers come in around 11 to 12 p.m. Pacific time. But for the northwest coast specifically, you guys are going to see those continuation of showers, and this will last throughout the day, into the night, and even into tomorrow.